What's up, sister? It's your girl Danielle, and welcome back to the Pretty Powerful Podcast. You know how people always say, don't look backwards, you're not going that way. I think that's cute and that's fun, and I know exactly what they mean. However, I want to challenge that thought today and remind us that our past is our superpower. You know, I'm getting ready at the time of recording this, I'm getting ready to go speak to a wonderful room of about 150 girls that are middle school age. And we're talking about confidence and how to be, how to turn up the volume on our playlist that will help us be brave and bold and the confident best version of ourselves. And as I'm building this, I was thinking about the time when I went, so fun fact, if you're new here, I am a fitness instructor who teaches fun dance hip hop classes. And it was a few years ago, but I was so excited for this new class. I walked in, I had a new playlist, I had my jams, oh my gosh, my playlist was fire. Think about your favorite best playlist ever. That was what this was. And I had new choreography. So if you're an instructor, you know that when you have new choreography, you get really excited, also kind of nervous, but really excited because you just spent hours upon hours creating this that's only going to be 3 minutes per song, but it's still really exciting. And so I show up to class and there's humans that are standing there and they're ready for hip hop fitness. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so fun. Hey guys, how's it going? Are you ready? We're going to crush this. So excited to have you here. And by the way, if you've never taken a group fitness class, number one, you should try it because it's just a whole new vibe. It's a whole energy. There is no other workout that I will do. I work out on my own at home, but if I ever am up for a new workout or want to try something, it will be group fitness because as long as you go to a class that has a great instructor, you forget about the outside world. You're just in a vibe of humans that are supportive, who are just encouraging. You're pushing each other, but not in a competitive way, but in a, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you came because I couldn't do this without you kind of a vibe. And it's just a whole energy. So I digress. So I go and I'm and I'm ready, right? I am ready. I go up, I'm plugging in iPod at the time. You remember those things? So I had my iPod, and I miss my iPod, by the way. But I go to plug in my iPod and I'm like, okay, great. We're going to get started in just a second. And I push play on the speaker. And I'm like, uh-oh. So I push play again. Uh-oh. No music. Okay. It's totally cool, right? Because what do we do when something doesn't work? You just unplug it and plug it back in and then it should work, right? That's how technology is. So I did that. It did not work. I turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, change chords, move things around, change the buttons, up, down, all the things that I could possibly think of. And I sit there for a second and I look behind me and I see humans just staring at me. Fun fact about group fitness instructors, we know you stare at us. It's okay. We're used to it. But in that moment, it was, please don't look at me right now. But everyone's eyeballs are just staring into my back we're here for dance fitness and you're about to tell us that we don't have music and what is happening and we're already a minute late. And, all these thoughts, and maybe they weren't even thinking those things, but as an instructor, that's what I was thinking that they were thinking. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, what can I do? What can I do right now? All right. I can't just teach without music. Okay, what will make me really proud? All right, what would make me proud is if I follow through, right? Because if I tell them that there's no class today just because I can't figure out the music, that would not make me proud. So I want there to be class. Okay, have I overcome hard things before? Have I done challenging things before? Yes, there was a time when I was dancing and my whole top fell down. This is when I was younger. I was a competitive dancer and I had to pull it up, obviously, and I held on to it the whole time and I only used one arm the whole rest of the dance. So I'm like, okay, yes, I have done something crazy before. I can do this again. Then I started asking myself, okay, can I count? Beautiful thing about music is you only had to be able to count to 8. I didn't even have to be able to count to 10. I think I can do that, but I only had to count to 8. And I thought, what is the goal here? The goal is to have a fun class, right? The goal is to help people feel good in their bodies. The goal is to have fun. The goal is that they walk away feeling like they had a great class. So I pulled myself up away from the speaker and I turned around to all the humans that were glaring in my back and I said, I am so excited to have class tonight. And I am so grateful that you are here right now and we are going to have an epic class. Here's what I know. My body moves and your body moves, right? We're good there. And guess what? I know the beats in my head of the songs that I have ready for us today. Like I know the beats. And you probably know the beats too, because a couple of you have been here with me for a while. So we know the beats. And again, I can count to 8, so we're good there. And your goal, class, is just to sweat and have fun. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. And guess what? If you want to sing, oh, sister, you better sing your heart out. I won't sing because that's why I always loved Britney Spears, because she wasn't the greatest singer. She was the greatest performer. So I always thought, well, if there was any way that I could ever be famous like Britney, like it would be like that, because I don't sing. That is not a strength of mine. That is not a skill. You won't ever hear me out in public doing that. But give me some music and a dance floor and your girl is on, like, we're going. So I told them though, sing your heart out if that's what you desire. And what did we do? We danced without music for 45 minutes. And you may be thinking, that is crazy. And you're right. It absolutely is. And was it perfect? No way. Did I want to curl up in a ball and cry at first? You bet. But did I lean into my superpowers and believe in myself? Oh, yes, girl. And so we have to remind ourselves that our past is our superpower. Because so often we go into a new environment, we try something new, or there's a hiccup, there's a bump, right? I'm currently working on a new website and there's always something new that just hits and I'm like, what, why? Why does this have to happen? And I just remind myself, it's not a big deal. I've done hard things in the past. I've done weird things in the past. And I can always learn and grow and try something new and shift and pivot. And if that means teaching a whole dance fitness class with no music, that's what we do. And if that means that the website looks different, that's what we do. And if it means that our career needs to change, that's what we do. And if it means we can always lean into that superpower of knowing that we have done so many things in our past. We've accomplished a lot. We've dealt with challenging times and come out on top. We failed and learned from those failures. And we're here today, and so we can do hard things. We can be confident in our abilities, right? And the word confidence, all that it means is it means a trust and belief in yourself. And so if you struggle with being confident in yourself, I want you to use your past as your superpower. Those funny, weird, random times like teaching a class with no music. Or maybe it was some random thing that happened to you and you're like, wow, remember that one time that thing happened? Like, how crazy and weird. But remember when we did this instead, or we tried this or whatnot? And it all worked out the way that it was supposed to. And so that is our superpower, is knowing that we can trust and believe in ourselves to figure things out. We can trust and believe in ourselves that we are smart and intelligent. And when we always keep, just like I did with my class, when we keep the goal in mind, right? The goal wasn't to have the best playlist. The goal for the class wasn't to, have the loudest music. The goal for that group fitness class was that they enjoyed a workout. And they sweat, they took care of their bodies, and they had fun. Sometimes that means it doesn't happen the way we expect it to. But it can become a beautiful story like this one I'm sharing right now, to remind ourselves of what we're capable of. So I'm sharing this story with you in hopes that you remember that your past is your superpower, and you can trust and believe in yourself that you will always, always figure it out when you're focused on what the real goal is. So, continue using your past as your superpower. Lean on those. Lean on that. Lean on your strengths. Lean on your skills. Lean on your fight and your ability to figure things out. All right, you are pretty powerful. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you on the next episode. Or not see you, but I'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye, friend. I'll remind you at the end of every single episode, you do not owe the world pretty, but you do owe yourself to step into your personal power, because you, my friend, are a powerhouse woman. Go out and prove it to yourself.